the Federation for American Immigration Reform Feet to the Fire radio rally. Bob Dane, who organizes this for the Federation, had a great quote last night. There's always a reception, which makes this first hour of the morning always a little groggy here on Radio Row because everyone goes to the party and then stays out too late. Not me. I'm here for you, right, Johnny, on the spot. But he made this comment about a Jefferson quote that those who will not be in sunlight need to feel the heat. And that's sort of where we are here, is we're trying to make sure the people who don't want the sunlight are feeling the heat. And two people who have been doing it for, well, they're both like 25. So I want to judge that they've been doing it a long time, are the great Diamond and Silk, now part of the Frank TV empire there. Diamond Silk, welcome back. How are you guys doing today?
Oh, we're doing wonderful. It's FrankSpeech. FrankSpeech. Lindell TV.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing that I watched what happened to him, and I was listening to him talk to our afternoon show, Charlie Kirk, and he was telling the story of what happened just coming out of a camping trip, pulling up for a sandwich. I guess he was at like an Arby's or something.
A Hardee's.
Hardee's. And there's everyone swoops in on him like they caught, some drug dealer, coming out of his den.
So that lets me know, in my humble opinion, that he was being tracked and surveilled. You're not supposed to do that in this country. He wasn't an imminent threat. The phone wasn't an imminent threat, so what was the probable
He wasn't
cause?
under any criminal investigation.
But look at where we've come.
Yeah.
Because the FBI has done this in the past. They, as a matter of fact, the 60s were full of the FBI doing this to people. And unfortunately, they were doing it on racial, they were going after Dr. King. They were going after Malcolm X. They were going after organizers and people who were threatening the government's authority, because the government had, and this is the only thing I can really draw a comparative relation to, is that behavior in the 60s where the government was afraid of losing their control.
Their control, yeah.
Oh, so now they are afraid of losing their control. And they're trying to shut everybody up. And they're trying to scare us by weaponizing these entities onto the people if they don't like your political ideology. That's against the law as far as I'm concerned.
My wife is one of your biggest fans. I am too, but she outranks me. But do you guys get concerned for your own safety when you see people's phones getting surveilled?
What the deal is that, why would you take my phone? I don't commit crimes. Yeah. I've seen crimes be committed in 2020. When I turn on the television, I see crimes being committed. Why aren't you going after those people? Why would you want to come after us? See, because I'll take it back to my ancestors when you went, or to a Martin Luther King when you went after them.
Right.
We can ask questions in this country. We are still a constitutional republic governed by constitutional laws. And there's no other laws that supersede that. So why are you targeting me? Just like that Letitia James is targeting President Trump. You are violating his rights.
Well, and this is the thing. I mean, at some point, it's like the boy who cries wolf. I mean, how many times are we just going to throw lawsuits around just because we want to make somebody look bad in the press? And the press covers it like, oh, so-and-so is indicted for this. But then when they get found not guilty, when they're exonerated.
Nothing.
Everybody's silent.
And you said the press, the fake news, that's why we don't watch it. That's why we're on FrankSpeech.com.
What time is your show?
9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
We're on there live, Monday through Friday.
And it is such a trip to watch. You guys, your analysis, and I listen to people who are supposedly the deep thinkers, and every sentence has to be. You guys are so much fun because you know that it is coming from your heart.
Oh yeah.
This is not I'm doing an act. This is some character I've created or anything. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we're not robotic talking heads. I'm just straight up truth tellers.
That's right.
I was looking at Biden, a little bit of it, whenever he got before the nation trying to deem us that believe in American first policies as extremists and domestic terrorists. That is a violation of our civil rights.
That's right.
We have a right to vote. We are a two-party system. Nobody has the right to demonize a party because they don't believe the way he thinks that they should believe.
Well, isn't that why they went after Mike's cell phone and so many other ones? Because, he might have talked to President Trump.
Well, we don't know why they went after. We still don't know the context of why they went after.
But isn't it funny
phone.
that they went after an American citizen's cell phone while giving iPhones to illegal aliens?
Yeah.
You know, you want
That's happening
to
to
jail American citizens because you say they trespass at America House. Now, the Capitol is America's house, all right? You want to say they trespass. But we have illegal aliens trespassing right here in America illegally, and you give them IDs, you give them a plane ride to whatever state they want to go to.
Some states want to give them the vote.
Yeah. You giving up. And then here's another thing. You're also violating the law. Title 8, Code 1324. It clearly states that it's illegal to aid and obey an illegal alien. And then you want to change up the lingo and call them immigrants. No, they're not immigrants. They are aliens.
We spent yesterday on this, and it's a subject that comes up a lot, but I remember when President Obama said, we're not going to enforce federal drug laws anymore. And we can debate drugs till we're blue in the face. And the fentanyl crisis at the border is weapons of mass, hundreds of thousands of people dying.
Right.
But when you create a world where the law enforcement officers don't know what laws they're supposed to be enforcing.
Right.
And then the citizens say, well, if you busted me, it must just be because you don't like me for the color of my skin, who I voted for. It becomes subjective instead of the rule of law. And that's where these communities are coming apart on each other, I think, anyway. What do you
Well,
guys
you're
think?
absolutely right about that. If this is the law, we must follow the law. But if you ever want to know what's going on with the body of people, check the head. If the head is corrupt, if the head is a cheat, if the head is a liar, the top is going to trickle down to the body of people. Why do you think we have a country that looks the way it do? Now, I want you to compare Biden's America to Trump's America. In Trump's America, everybody was prospering. People were opening up business. People wanted to be better and do better. People wasn't laying up on welfare. People wasn't sitting around collecting a stimulus check.
Crime went down.
That's right. Those are the things that was happening. We didn't have to worry about high food costs, high gas prices.
Well, you see, I think that's part of why they have to scare us from voting or supporting someone, because if they scare you that you're going to get arrested or harassed or you're going to lose your job because you supported somebody or you were seen at a rally. I mean, I'm listening to, in Charlottesville, we have activists from the black community saying they don't feel safe because their IT professional, the guy who runs the website for the city of Charlottesville, was at the January 6th rally. And they want him fired because he was in D.C. He's not in the Capitol. He's not anything. He happened to be in D.C., went to the Trump rally, and now they want him fired for that. I mean,
Wow,
that's the
very
place
sad.
we've come to.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
And I listen and I say, it's a weird transposition to listen to leaders of the black community say they want this person fired simply because of who they support or whose rally they're
Well, you have to understand, there's a lot of black people. They may have their own minds, but they don't think for themselves. They allow the white liberals to think for them, to push the agenda, to push the propaganda, to make you feel like you're a victim. Now, how in the heck is somebody being in D.C. on the 6th going to impact and affect you? What are you scared of?
Exactly.
Because a lot of people walking around here are scared of a lot of them, the ones that loot the stores, burn down communities, hitting people in the head, and thinking they can get away with it.
It is the great Diamonded Silk visiting us for a little while here on the radio. And one of the things I think has the most scared is the communities that benefited the most with our prosperous economy, the black community, the Latino community, the poor white community. They were all starting to leave the nanny state, the send me a check at the end of the month party. And that's what I think has them so panicked. Last one for you guys. Do you
Well, what my thing is, maybe they may be panicked, but why would we want to vote for a system that have our gas high, that's pulling from our strategic reserve, where we may not have gas if we go to war? Food costs is high. Food processing plants are blowing up. Borders are wide open. Why would we want to vote for a system? You want to throw us into this climate change mess, want everybody to get electrical cars where we got to push up a hill if we can't find a battery. I mean, why would we want to vote for that? Why would we want to vote for something that we feel like we in tyranny? In order to work, we got to stick something in our arm that we may not want to do.
That's right.
Why would we want to vote for these people? Crazy.
Well,
we don't like this.
That's why they have to scare us. Where can people find Frank TV? What channel?
Go to FrankSpeech.com. FrankSpeech.com, Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern.
And is it streamed? Are you Roku? Which are
Oh my God, we on
Yes.
Getter, we're on Rumble, Frank Speech itself. We don't do
Roku.
anything on Roku. We don't do anything on the liberal platforms. RSBN, they stream it, and
great.
CTA TV, they also stream it.
Bless you girls for coming by. I appreciate it. I think my wife wants her annual picture with you
Okay,
two before you
yes.
go, but I've got to go to the news. Have a great morning.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
us.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this special Feet to the Fire edition of Freedom and Prosperity Radio. Visit us anytime on our YouTube channel. Just search Freedom and Prosperity Radio. And for all of us here at the Virginia Institute for Public Policy, my name is Joe Thomas. So long, and thanks for all the fish.